Hello, teacher. Hello, classmates. Today, I will talk about the cultural dimension, communications, high versus low context cultures has to need developed intercultural competence. Okay. Now, first of all, we will talk about the cultural dimensions. Cultural dimensions are a model that group behavioral difference between countries has classifies them into group with similar cultures. Its functions is to orient, compare, and understand the culture that exists in the world. The socialist Red Obstacle was the first to introduce the term cultural dimensions and named five main cultural dimensions, which are individualism and collectivism, power distances, masculinity and femininity, versatility, avoidance, and long-term and short-term orientation. Okay. Firstly, individualism and collectivism. Um, these are two cultural orientations that differ in how to evaluate independence, autonomy, and interdependence among people. Okay, and power distance is a cultural dimension that measures to acceptance of power in unequal ways by the less powerful members of a society. Okay, masculinity and femininity are concepts that refer to the traits, attitudes and behaviors that are considered characteristics of men and women respectively. Okay. The next, uncertainty avoidance can be defined as the level at which a society or culture accepts that someone feels uncertain or anxious about the unknown. And finally, long-term and short-term orientations. This refer to a society's perspective towards the future or the present and the past. Okay. Now, we will talk about intercultural competence, okay? Intercultural competence is the ability to manage in a communication situations with people for others' culture and plays a very important role. Science, it helps two people or groups of people from different cultures to be in contact and interact by means of their ideas and thoughts. Okay. Now, the difference in communication between cultures. Okay. And to talk about this, we must now to know context of culture and direct, specific and precise spontaneity are given in writing. The message is clear, while high context culture are less direct and put more spaces emphasis or on human relationships. Okay, an example of this is when there are food events where people from different cultures are going to arrive, where people from a low context culture can be considered ignorant or a bad person for the simple fact that the other person belongs to the high context cultural group. Another example is when children from another culture go to the city to the study and come across children from high context culture. The later children will want to bother the child perhaps because of the way he dresses, he dresses, or because of its customs. Okay. Now, With these two examples, we can say that the community problem is more because of content. Uh, for what with these two examples, we can other cultures, or because people believe that other cultures are better than others and do not see he knowledge that could be imparted to the by person with a different culture. With these examples, we can better see that the links between culture, communication, and development. Okay. Now we will talk about these links. Uh, mm, these links, these dominants are linked because intercultural communication is the interaction between people, different cultures, for different cultures. And intercultural competence is the ability to communicate mm, and interact with people from different backgrounds, cultural influences, communication, language, gestures, food, dresses, and the way we use spaces. Um, Now, we will look at the need to develop an intercultural competence in EFL learners. Okay, the need to develop an intercultural competence in EFL learners, one can integrate different cultural perspectives in into the school curriculum, include text and resources from different cultures in the curriculum, and explore different cultural perspectives in the classroom. Okay, and to conclude, we will see why knowledge is knowledge of cultural dimensions and the development of intercultural competition important of EFL learners. In my opinion, it's because it allows the students to reflect of themselves and their identified and to have a positive view of difference. It helps students learn the language within the culture. Helps students develop communicative skills such as influence and comprehension. Help students develop creativity and critical thinking skills. Help students develop self-esteem and confidence in linguistic competence. Mm, Help the students develop empathy and critical thinking. Mm, And by finally, with this help the students we be able to connect with other cultures, making them more comfortable communicating and expressing their ideas. The reference. And thank you guys, thank you teachers.